Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Tatyana Kim is here, and it's been a minute. Today I want to talk about rejection, which I experienced a lot in my creative career, in my creative life. Actually, maybe more than any person who is not in creative field can handle. That's why I have a lot of wisdom to share with you. I felt an urge to talk about this today because contradictory, maybe you saw it on social media if you follow me, our short film of Hollywood, The Undocumented Journey of Hope, was accepted to one of the best festivals in Los Angeles. I'm not gonna tell you which one. I'm inviting you to follow our page of Hollywood Film on Instagram because we want to create a community of artists who think that the topics that we're touching upon in our film is kind of important. Anyway, our short film was accepted to one great festival. It is a very old film festival. It is 39 years old film festival, and it's Oscar qualifying film festival. Also, this is our first film festival with this short film, and I'm so grateful that it's that one. It's a big one, it's a great one, and I'm sure we're gonna have so much fun festivaling. Is there such a word? Festivaling? Definitely one in Russian. Festivalit. I wanted to talk about rejection because it just goes hand in hand. When you have something that you created and then you start applying, I don't know, galleries, film festivals like us, competition, etc., or even just for grants, you'll have so much rejection before you're gonna get that one acceptance that can change your life. Not that I'm saying that this is gonna be our only film festival or it's gonna change dramatically our lives. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you have to go through the wave of rejection before something great happens for your project. I'm so interested in this topic because I feel that a lot of artists use rejection as an excuse to stop creating. And it is just natural to be discouraged after rejection, especially if it's one rejection after another. If you're a working artist, it is always like that, and it really hurts. So there are many types of rejection, and I think it is very important for artists to be able to deconstruct the rejection. And that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna deconstruct, or try to deconstruct, some types of rejection and maybe give you some tools that will help you to produce more art and use it as a fuel to have more ideas and create more opportunities for your project, because rejection can always be translated into more art. So I took 3 main types of rejection as I see. They're all nasty, they're all very painful and heartbreaking, but they're all very necessary for us to understand what can be done differently or not. So as I said, in my creative life, I had about 500 rejections. I mean, even before I came to the US, I was trying to get the grant to get my MFA. And if you saw my first video, I said that I received 250 rejections. And unfortunately, it's true. I did have 250 rejections or no replies. So from the very beginning, I knew that this is going to be that kind of challenge every time when you try to put yourself out there. The first type of rejection is the one where you did not have a chance. It is an external rejection, the one that does not depend on who you are and what you want to do. For example, you live in patriarchal, homophobic, just very narrow-minded society where there's just not enough of creative force yet to make a precedent that the story like yours or a person like you can participate in the dialogue. So your book, your script, your film, everything that you do will be dismantled and will be rejected because of the ideology and worldview in that society or community you live in. It is a very unfortunate one, but we all know that it's true, and countries like that exist. That's the most heartbreaking one, I think, because it takes a lot of time and mutual effort to change a mindset of the whole country. And it's never one person who can just suddenly achieve it. Every creative that lives or are from that country can chime in changing slowly how society thinks and what kind of stories they want to see. Gradually, maybe with some decades, that kind of thing can be changed. But that's, I think, the most heartbreaking rejection that an artist can get. It's a rejection from the community you live in. The second one is also external. That kind of rejection is about timing. For instance, you're so forward thinking and it's just not right time for your kind of story to exist. We have a lot of examples like that. A lot of artists were forward thinking and were not accepted by society at the time of their existence, but were accepted later on, and we all know who they are. Or probably you were submitted to a festival too late. So the timing in your actions, the time and place is just not right. And that happened a lot with us. Applying last minute and even knowing that this is last minute. No one gonna look through 8,000 submissions, even though they claim that they're gonna look through them. No, they're not. You can submit anyway, just because this is part of your job, but try to work on your timing. Or maybe you're talking about the topic that everyone talks about and is just too saturated. Again, it's the matter of timing. Actually, once I asked on my Instagram, what would you prefer, to be the best one or to be the first one? And oddly enough, a lot of people said that for them, it's better to be the best one. And I grew up like that. I mean, my parents tried really hard to engrave in my character, you have to be best in many, many different things. And it's not about the enjoyment, but about the result. But when I came here, and now it's been 10 years here, I understood that it's not about being the best one. Sometimes it is about being the first one. In startups, they call it minimum viable product. It's when you create something and you know it's minimal viable product and you can work with that and you can improve it. I think that for me is the hardest type of rejection, when it's based on my timing. And the third one is a rejection that is based on others people's taste and others people's imagination. Being rejected based on someone else's taste and imagination is the most common type of creative rejection. Too weird, too long, too outspoken, too Asian, too white. As you can see, all three types of rejection have something in common, and that is they're all subjective, from big to small. The country that only invests money in the stories that glorify the regime, to the bad coffee that the reader had in the morning and that's why they did not like your script. All types of rejections are very subjective. Well, it helps me to move forward, apply again or do again or try again. I ask myself a question: why did I start doing this in the first place? Why was I passionate about this project? And this is just part of the life of creator. You will have 80% of rejections and only 20, no, not even 80, 90% of rejection and only 10% of acceptance or the green light or yes, you were chosen, whatever. The rejection part is what we have to work with. This is our material, being rejected by someone. That's why I remind myself one thing every time, is why was I passionate about this project from the very beginning? What was the basis, my internal thinking before going into the project that will have to be created, be nurtured, and be thrown in the sea where there's a lot of rejection from all over the place? If you follow your curiosity, you're unbreakable. No one can break your confidence. Your self-confidence, confidence in your idea, and people around you who support you in this project. No one has a power over you. No one can discourage you, because the basis of your understanding why you're doing it, it comes from you. The only people who are in trouble here and who needs to sort out their priorities are people who are doing it to impress others. Impress others and share with others is two different things. Usually you're sharing something you've made from your heart, from your imagination, but impressing something comes always externally. You saw something, you thought you needed to, it's just not genuine. But if you're not that person and you just follow your curiosity, you're fucking unbreakable. Let me share you a story. In 2008, I co-directed a short film, and it's a LGBTQ short film, beautiful short film. Kazakhstan and LGBTQ community does not go well together. The stories like that were never produced, and country would never support a story like that to be produced. So like 2 types of rejections already, but we knew what we're doing. And so what we did, we applied for a grant to get money to go to the festival, International Film Festival in St. Petersburg. And we applied to Netherlands Foundation that understands the story like that, understand the importance of talking about topics like that. So we applied to Graham Foundation, and guess what? We got it. We got the money to fly out from Kazakhstan to Russia to St. Petersburg and have amazing time festivaling. And it was 2008. So when you go inside and ask yourself, why are you doing it? And if you have the right answer, you will always find a way to get yes. No rejection will be bothering you. 500, 10,000, doesn't matter. It will not bother you at all, because deep down inside, you know why you're doing it. You know what kind of storytelling triggers you. And especially with social media, you can find your community anywhere in the world. So as I see it, rejection always comes hand in hand with expectations. When we have our expectations very high, any rejection will be heartbreaking. Even if you use it as a fuel to move forward, it is always painful to get a rejection. But I found that every rejection that we get, we don't print it on the wall just like to glorify it. No, we don't do that shit. But we sit down. Sometimes we grieve for a minute. Sometimes we just don't even think about it after 5 seconds. It just does not matter. There's so many other things we want to spend our time on, like creating other stories. And that's why there's this rule, amazing rule, 1, 2, 3 rule, that 1 rejection equals to 2 more ideas and 3 more attempts to let it out there, to get the grant, to get into festival, to just triple it down. And it always works. I've been doing this for many years, and I was fortunate enough to be able to make my art in different countries. So I kind of have the sense that it is a universal thing. It does not apply only to US or to CIS countries, or the mindset of a successful artist is always the same. If you get 1 rejection, just come up with 2 more ideas and triple down on letting out there and finding the right home for your idea. And also, I have so many rejections because I have so many projects that I'm working on. Of course, naturally, not all my projects gonna turn into something freaking amazing. No. But every rejection just fuels me to create more art, and more art brings me more joy. It will not impact my psyche, and I will not use rejection as an excuse to stop making art. As I said multiple times in my other videos, every artist should work on their confidence first. The only thing that can break you is if your confidence is not in place. If you're not confident in the work you do and in the people who are around you or in your abilities, that's something that you should examine and work on. But the other things that come externally, they should not break your creativity, and they should not stop you from creating more. All right, thank you guys. And if you're in LA, come visit us. May 13th, we're gonna have a beautiful screening. Let's hang out, meet each other, and hug each other. And I invite you to follow my page and the page of the film, of Hollywood Film, on Instagram to learn more about the screening. Peace out and follow your curiosity.